there's this Iron Man comic book. I barely remember what it's called, but it's about like some weird AI or whatever, some AI that lives in Iron Man's suit or whatever. It's sentient. Who gives a shit? It's called X something, but
That really narrows it down when it comes to comic books. Soon we have watched the movie so many times that we only have 10 left.
10 out of 10.
Is that how you feel about that?
This time we watched the movie at twice the speed we usually watch the movie, which is the normal speed. How did you feel about that?
I would answer your question, but I feel like you didn't answer my question.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize you asked the question.
No, but that's because you never ever listen. You only platter on about twice the speed. Who cares about the speed?
I'm becoming less inclined to answer the question, even if I
How
knew what it
can you
was.
be less inclined than not? Are you going to stop me from asking further questions as well?
No, but I will maybe make a conscious effort to ignore your questions instead of merely an unconscious one.
I think that would be preferable. At least then I know that you're listening and then not answering. Anyway, I thought the movie was great in 2 times speed. It was a lot funnier than it usually is, and it was a lot shorter than it usually is, which is two great qualities when it comes to a movie that is horrible and unfunny.
Yeah, I raised the question about like mid watch that, or rather, I asked you if you felt the movie was going by faster or not, and you said yes, a resounding yes. I had my doubts a bit, but I think I came around towards the end, in that the movie did feel like it went by faster, because I was thinking a bit how. Uh,
I'm gonna just quickly interject here. For any person that is following this thing of time and feels like we're cheating here by watching the movie at 2 times speed, uh, people must, because we actually uh, did consider if this was fair or not, and like if we watch it at 2 times speed, do we need to watch it at half speed to compensate for that next time? And we decided on no, and that's primarily because both you and I have watched the movie such an insane extra amount, considering that we have edited our own cuts of the movie.
yes, so this it is already compensated for.
Exactly. If anything, if this hadn't happened, we had probably watched the movie more than 52 times,
Yes,
which
absolutely.
is nothing.
Yes, what I was saying was just that I was thinking a bit that the movie is a bit like a song at this point that you have heard like a lot, and you know the song, inside and out, and then even if you speed up the song, it's like you're still listening to the song at for this same amount of length because your brain makes it into. Never mind all that. What I'm saying is, I thought it would feel like just reading a book really fast or something.
I don't know how that feels. How does that
no,
feel?
I've
Oh
never
well.
read a
Oh
book
well.
fast.
No, I can see that. If you mean like you can speed read something and then you can read a full page, all the words, and then you didn't know what actually happened.
Yeah,
Is that
something
sort
like
of
that.
thing?
I guess the point of it is that I thought it would make scenes go by faster, but not the movie go by faster, or like the experience of watching it would still feel, like the same length. But towards the end, when I realized it's over and we're already doing the podcast now
Mm.
instead of not now, then it really sank in that this went by really quickly.
Yeah. That's interesting because in some way, that's sort of the worst possible way that you could feel the quickening, because it means you're experiencing the movie sort of in the same way,
Mm,
and then in the end you just sort of realize that, oh, it's over, and I guess that
yeah,
feels good. But the opposite is that everything just feels fast, and you at the end maybe you're not as relieved, but the entire experience has an air of relief on it because you know that it will be over quicker.
yeah. I guess. And don't get me wrong. I mean, the watch was okay. A lot of laughs in the watch with high speed shenanigans, but uh, I think like overall my experience was a bit like you probably don't know this. This is more of a lore piece of my own household, but there's this Iron Man comic book. I barely remember what it's called, but it's about like some weird AI or whatever, like some AI that lives in Iron Man's suit or whatever. It's sentient. Who gives a shit? It's called X something, but
That really narrows it down when it comes to
yeah, yeah,
comic books.
yeah. But it's a EX or something, not X something. So
Okay.
either way, the point is that this comic ends, spoilers, with like the super AI computer Iron Man suit. It's it's doing some weird stunt to save, you know, to save the world. I have to carry this Batman bomb into the heart of the Death Star or whatever, and sacrifice my AI life to save everyone.
Mm.
And as he does this, uh, there's some kind of piece about how, oh, it's gonna really suck to die, even though I'm an AI. It's gonna be horrible. I don't want to be dead. I know what I'll do. I'll slow down time infinitely so that and then like and then so that just before he like detonates the bomb, he has slowed down his or rather sped up his perception to the point where he is just living an eternity in that moment or
Mm.
something before he explodes. And that's like his his happy ending of he got to live his existence in that nanoseconds, like some really weird nerd stuff. And I was thinking about that comic, watching this at this increased speed, and I was thinking, I'm so glad we decided to not watch it in half speed, because then it would have been like if I was the one carrying the bomb, but I'm not a supercomputer, I'm not a super AI, so I'm just carrying a bomb and trying to like think slowly, but I just die, I just blow up, and that's what I was thinking about for a lot
Mm.
of the movie.
But wouldn't the perception I'm gonna isn't this what we just did analogous to what the robot does? Not the slow motion. Because
Well, yeah,
we're
but
fitting more movie into less time. And you're saying you perceive the movie almost as if in real speed. So technically you did. You sped up your perception, but you still had the same experience. So you
yes,
literally did what the AI did.
yes,
Watching it in slow motion would be the opposite.
yes, and that's why I said that I'm glad we will not watch it in
Oh,
slow
okay.
motion.
Gotcha.
That was the point.
All right.
So my AI was just a little bit faster than your AI comprehending what I said.
Mm, we don't know if that's true because I don't know how long you've been thinking about that in your head.
Mm.
You've probably been sitting on that analogy for at least 30 minutes now. Um, so, no, I don't think we can know that unless we assume everything you say is truthful, which I think we know is not true.
I feel like anything I say will implicate me here, so I'll ask instead. Uh, which part of the movie did you feel was improved the most by being sped up?
Mm.
It doesn't have to be like a long part. It can
No,
be just
no. I was about to say every time. I think it's sort of a tie between every time someone is walking,
mm,
but I would probably say in the beginning of the Memnon piece, uh, when he and his army is galloping towards all the people they're gonna execute. I think that might have been the my most improved moment.
yeah, anything involving like animals on four legs in the movie became disproportionately more funny
Yeah.
than what it is at regular
No.
speed.
Okay. I know what was best. What is best in life? Well, what is best in life is when Matthias runs the gong off the edge of the temple
Ah,
and it
yeah,
smashes the guy and runs away. And that in double speed was very Tom and Jerry ish.
yeah. It really, it's already funny, just the guy getting squashed at very high speeds,
Yeah.
but then how it rolls away
Yes.
very
Yeah,
quickly, like
exactly.
it's just out, it escapes. It
Yeah.
is onward to new adventures.
And the sound effect of the gong is also very funny at
Mm.
2x speed. So I'll say that. That's my moment. What's yours?
Uh, a good question. I wasn't prepared to be asked the same question, though I should have been. I feel like I thought a lot of parts were funny, and I'll second that. Anytime somebody walks, is really funny. I really enjoyed when Dwayne was catapulted out the window.
Mm.
But that was, I think, not so much because of the speed. The speed added to it, but it was because of something we said right before that, which added
Yeah.
to the humor of it. Something that I'm not sure it's worth repeating,
No.
but that it was very funny. I also liked adjacent to the being squashed by the wheel, the gong, when they fall, both Dwayne and the guards
Yeah.
falling, or Dwayne into the harem and the guards into nothing, was very funny because it looked even more outlandish and
Yeah, it really
uh,
implicates. If we're just talking about the falling scene and not
mm,
when Dwayne hits the ground, which was pretty funny as well. It watching in a double speed uh, extra implicates how unreasonable Thorak's decision to push two
yes,
people over is, because they're like this far away from Dwayne.
yeah. So and it's like of course, like the scene is played for a gag where it's like go get him when they can't possibly go get him.
Yeah,
Yes, but it is so implausible, and speeding it up just makes it look like even more. Just oh, somebody just
yeah,
killed two people here.
they were all pushed at the same time
Yeah.
basically, which is also funny because that means that if you think about it, theoretically, one of those guards, if they weren't so squeamish and not about duty,
Mm,
if they were uh, death is its own reward kind of people, one of them could have pretty much reached out and stabbed Dwayne in the back and killed him.
yeah. Yeah. Like like they would have been like Gandalf
Gandalf from
versus
the
the
back. Yeah,
Balrog.
exactly.
Yeah, the guards. I want to see that now. That would be really good. One of the guards like grabbing his swords, like just wailing into Dwayne and his Dwayne blood flying everywhere
Yeah,
and
if there's a
screaming.
CG artist out there who wants to spend some time, do the Two Towers extended edition, uh, Gandalf versus Balrog, sorry, Gandalf versus Durin's Bane
Mm,
sequence of them falling, and have Gandalf be played by a red guard and have the Balrog be played by the Rock, and you can scale him up if you want to.
mm, absolutely.
And then do they fight on the mountaintop as well. And then the
Do
red guard can be reborn as a black guard, maybe.
uh, we can be reborn as one of the guards from The Mummy Returns.
That seems like not a reward. I guess it isn't a
Okay.
reward for Gandalf either.
Well, we'll leave that to your
Yeah.
creative, discretion.
Yes.
So do all those things, and so we can look at it and
Yes.
loudly exhale as a response.
I wonder if there are. I guess one could maybe rip the Matthias model from the game.
Theoretically, I'm sure that could be done, but I feel like that would be like the easiest part of the process.
Well, if you don't need it to look super good, I don't necessarily think it would be super hard. This is inching way closer
Yeah,
to it being something I could theoretically do. So I'm
yeah.
going to stop talking about it. I'm going to
I was
stop
gonna
talking
say
about
that this is I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the tweet to appear, with no fanfare of exactly this kind of thing, and we will not speak of it having happened at
Yeah.
all. We will just move on.
Yeah, I won't do it. So someone else has to do it.
Well, do you have any other thoughts about the sped up watch?
No, I don't. I don't think it was a super illuminating watch.
No,
Uh,
I think it.
so
Oh no, continue.
I think it's we okay. Some behind the scenes here. We were going to do the IKEA watch
Yes.
today. Um, I had almost because randomly I got a gift card for that works on IKEA from my workplace. So I was thinking that maybe I would try to use that to buy shit, see if I could buy shit for that amount of money during the podcast
Mm,
on IKEA without feeling horrible. Like if I could theoretically put something together that I would use, but that felt super consumer ish, so I won't do that. But then I didn't really have to take a stand on this because the weather has been so fucking
yes.
piss horrible.
It is. I actually I won't repeat what we usually call this kind of weather in Swedish, but but it has been truly awful weather, and in order to travel to IKEA, one has to
Mm.
go outside into this weather, and I think there was a sometimes silent, sometimes expressed active reluctance to do this
Mm.
over the course of the entire week, and we just kind of let it fester up until the very last moment where we kind of agreed that it's not gonna happen this week.
Yeah, and also I think the thought came up that maybe Fredrik, who a guest of the show, would possibly drive us there because the
Mm,
buses have been like sketchy at best, and biking or walking there, A, it's really far, and B, you would literally fall and die at
yes.
least 4 times. But that that sort of idea came up pretty late, and we would have had to have done it. We're recording this on Sunday, so we would have possibly had to do it yesterday. In which case, we'd have to be at IKEA on a Saturday, which seems not the best. If we want
Mm.
to do it there, if we want to sort of get away with doing it there, probably not do it well. Or maybe it's better to do it when it's full of people. I don't know.
I wouldn't know either. I feel like the IKEA watch is entering into such a um, mythical existence. Not that I'm doubting that it will happen. That I still think the IKEA watch will happen, but I feel like I've spent so much like unconscious brain time and power on like imagining what the IKEA watch is going to be,
Mm.
that I feel like when we're there, standing like in IKEA, and we say like we have the usual, oh, well, what are we gonna do now? Oh, well, what do you think we should do? Oh, we can just do whatever. Oh, I'm just saying, like that sort of back forth. And I feel like the IKEA watch will just become something incredibly scuffed,
Mm.
and at first that aspect of it made me kind of abhor the concept of the IKEA watch, but I think it's kind of switched around, and now it's kind of like this weird alluring quality
Yeah,
to
I
it.
feel like we're just gonna. The watch is not gonna be an issue. I think
No,
because we're gonna
absolutely
bring
not.
a phone. I think possibly we'll have to do the audio through like each one of us will have to do
Yeah.
our separate audio and not blast it out as we did in the forest. Uh, but I think we'll just walk around IKEA, sometimes
Mm.
sit down in couches and sometimes not, you know?
Yeah.
Like that'll probably not be an issue because you can just spend time at IKEA if you want
Yes.
to.
It's just a different kind of forest.
However, I do feel like we're going to have to do the podcast on the move.
Mm.
We're going to have to walk around with a camera. I'll probably be the camera person, right? I'll hold it. And then maybe you'll have you can have the portable mic. I'll have uh the lab mic somewhere. Maybe I'll hold it, who knows? And we'll just do it on the move.
Yeah.
Cuz we only have to do like 25 30 minutes, right? So if we're on the move, that's basically
Yeah.
one
I
IKEA.
feel like that part is like legitimately scary, because not because of like any sort of oh, it's weird to talk into a microphone and film in public or whatever, like that sort of thing. What's scary is that people will think we are doing something, and
Well, we
you
are
know,
doing something.
yes, I know we are doing something, but really doing something that matters, that appeals to anyone,
Well,
like
I don't
that
care
sort of
about
thing.
that. Though I don't know if IKEA allows you to film in there.
Yeah, that
I
would
have
be
no
really
idea.
great, because then we can just do the podcast like outside of IKEA, walking home from
Well,
IKEA or
that's no
whatever.
good. That's no
Okay,
good. Though I
I
think
tried.
there's also a possibility that we maybe just set up like we do snippets. We
Mm,
set up somewhere and we do the podcast for 10 minutes, then we fuck off because there's lots of corners and you know
yeah,
schnoobles.
it'll be like the a stealth
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
Mm,
But we'll see about that.
yeah,
It just dawned on me because I was thinking about the Forest Watch, which uh, I feel like the watch itself wasn't that great.
no.
But I think the podcast experience of the Forest was pretty good. Also like the old bags and all that. Uh,
I
but it
feel like that might be dangerous at IKEA.
the old bags.
Yes, like both the quantity of old bags and the like because when we commented on the old bags in the forest, they were pretty far away.
Mm.
But if we comment on old bags that are like walking past right where we are, then maybe they will become violent bags, and
Well, that's
we'll have
good.
to
That's
fight them.
good podcasting.
Okay, oh sure.
Anyway, so uh, fighting old bags, notwithstanding, what dawned on me, this isn't necessarily related to the IKEA watch, though. I'll say tertiarily. Is that a word?
No.
It dawned on me that because of when we started this, the full year cycle, because we have about 3 months left,
Mm.
something like that, 11 watches, so 11 weeks. It means we won't be entering into anything remotely resembling summer. This will be over by then.
Yes.
Which means sort of outside. I guess we don't really have any more outside stuff really planned, but that stuff doesn't really exist, you know? And it's
Mm.
kind of interesting to consider that, like consider the project from a full year in terms of seasons and stuff. I haven't really done that.
You still have some time.
Well, I just did it. I don't have to do it anymore, but
Oh,
I hadn't done that.
I thought you were going to keep considering it for
No,
the rest of
no,
the project.
I considered it now.
It is considered.
But maybe we should do a quick sound off on things that are left before we put this episode to a close. So we have IKEA, right? That's
Yeah.
one thing. So
I
we have
don't have this.
11 watches.
I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I don't
No,
really care
I
about the
don't think the
schedule.
schedule is. I think we've mostly exhausted the schedule, if I'm
Yes.
being honest.
Okay. All right. I'll speed go through some. We have behind the scenes footage, like the
Yeah.
DVD extras
Yes.
are not yet taken care of.
We
We
have
have
the second watch of comment the commentary track with
yes, yes,
Marcus.
absolutely. So
Uh,
second commentary watch. We
we have
also have
returning.
Japanese.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Japanese dub,
Japanese dub.
still unwatched.
We have Emil returning.
Mm.
Uh,
Return guest.
exactly. We have obviously we have the last one, which is the live commentary watch.
We have. I was gonna say we have the rewrite, but I don't think that's a watch really, because we're not gonna
No.
watch. That's like just something we're gonna do,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think we might actually just do it after.
Exactly. That's
Maybe that is episode 53 if we do one. And we
exactly.
don't actually watch the movie for it. This is the rewrite. So I
Uh,
think we have the Anna returning
mm,
if she wants to. I'm unsure about that. So that's a
yeah.
sort of possibility.
Uh,
I think that might be it in terms of like hard to soft planned things.
yeah, I think so.
And that's 7 out of 11, which means there's only 4. We only have room for 4 more regular watches at most.
Yeah, which is in the sense that aside from just generally having only room for 4 regular watches, it is also we only have that like 4 extra lives in terms of you know this week just went by and we didn't really set up to do the thing we're out pocket, we'll just watch it normally.
Exactly.
We only have 4 of those left.
Only 4 of those.
Because if we do more than 4, that means we're gonna have to remove things from the schedule.
We're gonna have to start cutting things.
Yeah, and that will be an interesting experience, I think, because well, I can save that for for another podcast.
Next week we're already set on what's happening.
Yes.
Emil is returning because we only have him for a day, literally. So
the one of the busiest, most elusive, most slippery, most
burger loving.
People on the ground of any land in any kingdom.
And then we'll have to sort this out. Maybe we should put these things in the Scorp schedule, which is for viewers is the Google Docs of all watches listed and color coded.
Yes.
So we'll slap these in and we'll see how it goes. We know live commentary is the last one, which I will say will probably be done here. We'll probably be sitting on a couch and we'll have a camera pointed at us, and we'll watch the movie, and it'll be probably on my Twitch, which I don't use almost. Maybe I'll do it on my big YouTube. We'll see. I have live streaming capabilities there. We don't have it on this channel, sadly, because we
isn't it because we won't be able to stream the movie, so people will have to like watch the movie.
Exactly, but that's the point, right? If we do it like this, you can just watch it as a podcast, or you can put on the movie yourself and just start it when we say 3, 2, 1, start.
Yeah. I feel like it would be a much greater experience than for people to just watch, the recording of it. Otherwise, they might like drop into the stream and be like, "Which timestamp am I supposed to be on?"
Yeah, sure. But
that
probably
is their
true.
That is their prerogative.
That is their prerogative. We might just record it as well, but
yes.
Live streaming it would be fun, because if there is anyone who wants to, they can literally get the live commentary live as we're watching it.
Yes, and then they can ask us live any and all of the burning questions they have about the project, our real-time thought process and yeah,
And that'll
all
also
that sort of
be
things.
their last chance to do that
Yes.
for the Scorpion King, because after that there will be no more Scorpion King. The sting of
No,
time will be stung.
it will be the time will be up.
Yes. Yeah. With that, do you have any closing words about the movie? Would you recommend watching it in double speed?
I would say that if you want to watch the Scorpion King at double speed, then to this message, take heed, don't.